note.
Good morning. I trust you're preparing for a lovely experience, one that you don't expect but could be waiting around this lovely hump day. From the desk of the mile, Alfred Brown comes a man who is traveling in slow day. Now we shall turn it over to my lovely friends over here. Hold on. You got to wait till I put your microphone up.
He was just saying ugly words.
What's that?
This one.
What'd you say?
He said the S word. As in weather S.
Spring is not here till March 20th. Thunderstorms are coming again.
He's saying
I'm not an old wife. Old wives' tale.
He said snow, and I looked at him like, what did you just say? Anyway, welcome back, Chris.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I'm Chris.
Okay, now he's Chris. Now we're turning over to the ever charming, always pleasant, never radical, nor obnoxious. Another deplorable, though, one of my partners in crime.
I'm looking to see who you're talking about. Good morning, I'm Lee Barrows.
And we ain't right, y'all. So good. Please join us this morning. Our phones are working. 910-333-0139.
Chris, while you were gone, we got the phones working.
What is this we thing?
Well, I heard
he wasn't even here.
Rayford got the phones working.
We got the phones working.
Well, you said I was part of the crew.
You are. I'm down here crawling on the floor. I needed help. What did I have? Nobody. I ain't got nobody.
Did you find the cat?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He's underneath your chair.
No, he's not.
Yes, she is. He's not. She is.
No, I know she's not.
No. How you doing, Chris?
Doing good.
Doing good.
You've been busy.
What's nice?
Been busy with crime stopping.
Making money.
Thank you already in advance. Yeah. Did a good, had a good turnout for
Crime Stoppers, y'all. And the number that I could not remember the other day, I'm going to post it up here. I usually remember these things, but sometimes I'm going to post a list over there where I can look at them like I'm looking at you guys and I see the numbers.
Yeah.
We still need to make a strip to put up on the wall. It says Crime Stoppers.
But then I'd have to look up there.
Well, I will put you a cheat sheet. We'll put one
910-938-3273. You've got information, give them a call. 910-938-3273.
Especially if you know the person or persons that did that garbage.
Yes, if you've got some stuff.
Yes.
You got any stuff about the mess that happened at Swansboro this week? Do not hesitate. Do not pass anything. Go to your nearest phone. You've got one on your pocket, on your hip, or somewhere, and call 910-938-3273. I know the students out there at the schools in Swansboro, probably at all of the schools, they have got information. Because we know how idiots like to brag. Let their stupidity be your reward. There's your slogan, buddy.
That. Ooh,
let their stupidity be your reward. Because if you know about it, you can make some money off of it. But that's not the big important thing. Might be for you, but the big important thing is you will send some fear into the hearts of anybody who wants to try this kind of stuff. Because they're going to be punished. When they get caught, they're going to be punished.
Mabuhay, I see t-shirts. I see t-shirts.
Yeah.
I do come up with some zingers from
that was a good one. I'm going to bring up to the board tomorrow.
I think that would be a good thing for folks to be doing, because this caused a lot of grief among parents. Imagine yourself, if you forget you being a kid, but as a kid, imagine your parents. You're in school. Imagine your parents not knowing what's going on with you. You're trapped in a school in a lockdown.
Exactly.
They don't know what's going on. They can't get enough information because nobody's got it yet except socialist media, and we know what they're doing with it. But you imagine you being in there and them outside. Can you imagine the stress? Do you want your parents, your grandparents going through that kind of stress?
I don't want my child sitting in a class watching armed officers running up and down the hall.
Yeah,
or standing in front of my door.
They're carrying what appear to be machine guns. They're not.
These poor children.
But they've got their assault rifles. They've got shotguns. They've got, they're heavily armed. And then they've got the special weapons team out there. So that's to safeguard these kids. That's to safeguard you. Now, somebody caused all of this. And we would like to know who they are. You don't have to give your name. If you call 910-938-3273, you don't have to give your name. Just provide them with whatever information you have. It might not be enough all by itself, but others are already providing information, I'm sure, and your information may add to theirs. It's kind of like filling up a pot. You got to start with one little rock at a time.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. So do yourself a favor. Do your parents a favor. Do the parents of other kids a favor. Let's take these people out of circulation for a time.
Yeah, and just as you mentioned that the way Crime Stoppers works, so we'll say, Lee, you gave a tip, you gave a partial tip on this, and then Rayford gives another partial tip to this, and that.
Do you know anything?
I don't know anything anymore, but the two of you have come separate, but you come together, and your tip helped. There's a good chance both of you are going to get a tip.
Yep. You're going to
get
you mean
reward.
Money reward. Yeah. I'm sorry, tip. Yeah.
Rayford, you know anything?
But I mean,
if I did, I'd have them in tow, and then I'd wait for the reward to go up.
No, it's an excellent program. How long? Do you know how long it's on?
25 years
wow.
Here.
Here.
But let me tell you where I first came into being with it was in Wilmington, because they started it in Wilmington.
Yeah.
It was about 1980.
Right.
And because I used to film, we used to do reenactments of the crimes. We'd find people that would play the parts, so the bad person and the victims. And we would stage a reenactment. And we'd run that as the public service announcement for a month. And, you just can't imagine the number of people who got called as a result of that.
Well, Chris, who is the top person? Is it president, chairman here in Onslow County?
Donnie Worrell is our chairperson, former colonel with the with Onslow County Sheriff's Office, and Ernie Lynch is the vice chair.
Oh yeah,
very good.
Ernie he used to be with JPD, and he went on to a federal job.
Yes, and then Bobby Giami is our secretary, and Kim Connard from Marine Federal Credit Union is our secretary. But the board is made up of so many people that are willing just to give their time.
Wonderful.
And
they kind of like a jury. They help vote on these things.
You have like an executive board, I imagine, that votes.
It's those four are the executive board, and then the board members. We discuss it, so we get the information from law enforcement, tip number, yada yada yada. Here's what the charges are. And we don't always agree and go, okay, well, I think this is worth X amount of dollars. Someone will go, no, please. Felonies are the worst. We know that. Enforcement, it.
And some felonies are such heinous crimes that these individuals need to be picked up, nabbed, and put away.
Yeah.
Those are extremely important.
And the tips that are given that help put these people away or lead law enforcement to these people. Yeah, it does. And so the board does it. And then we discuss, our once a year fundraiser, but it's just a wonderful program. I've been blessed to be on it 24 of the 25 years. And they're just awesome people, and we got a great board. And
for you folks out there, let me give you some more good information. There's a unit called a drug unit in both the sheriff's office and in the police department here, and these guys work together. But they're always looking for information about people who are selling dope. Now, if you got in your neighborhood, you got a house and it doesn't fit in with the other houses, and there's strange trafficking people in and out, or like in one particular location over there. What's that, Saltwood over there off of Doris?
Saltwood,
you know
yes.
Ever Street.
Oh yeah.
There was a guy that
Very
is there or was there for sure, and when his light came on, porch light came on, that's when the traffic in
Traffic
the
picked up.
cul-de-sac where he lived, not that I'm giving information, but the cul-de-sac where he lived, when that light came on, they would come and they would get out of the car, walk up to the door, maybe go inside, but not stay there but about 2 minutes, come out and drive away.
There'll be a lot of
Now-
traffic in Saltwood today.
let me explain this to you. That is a telltale sign that you've got a drug dealer there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's enough to call Crime Stoppers on. And you can call them, give them a tip. They may have that as another tip. They add that tip to these tips and to the information. Then they can develop enough to actually set up and stake it out and take a look-see themselves. And then they can just say, I got enough information. Let me see if I can't make a buy there. And then they make a buy there, and then they make a second buy there, and then say, goodbye.
Yeah. Well,
Dude, you go.
you know,
That's the way it works. Then you get your money.
these cold cases that Onslow County Sheriff's Office
Yes.
has, that JPD have, it's that one phone call, and that could do it. And we go back.
Final little tidbit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, remember that unfortunate bingo
Yes.
murder
Yeah.
case that happened, and they caught the people, but it was because of tips.
I don't go to bingo anymore because of that.
Most cops cannot work without sources.
Mhm.
I mean, unless you happen to be there, watch it go down.
Right.
You've got to have somebody you can get some information from.
Yeah.
You can develop it from the physical evidence sometimes. Sometimes you get it all, if you got cameras especially. But much of the time, you've got to have somebody else helping you out.
Yeah.
And that's the way law enforcement works. Now, when they expanded this network of somebodies who can help out using Crime Stoppers, it made it a lot easier for them just to help develop information to work the case. Now, if y'all got the information, I'm going to give you the number here. You got your pencil? 910-938-3273, 910-938-3273, 910-938-3273.
You do that very well. We might get you to do that for a recording.
Let their stupidity be your reward.
Crime Stoppers needs to talk to us about
About
a- a commercial.
a commercial.
We'll do one for them.
Okay.
We'll even do
yeah.
a video.
Ideally, what I'm still hoping to get done with the city of Jacksonville, because they now own G10, is because we don't have a television station, and the stations around us, they have the sheriff or somebody from there that talk about cases that are out there
Right.
they're looking for. But get Sheriff Thomas on there as a
That's a good
on
idea.
G10 and get
Yes.
the information out to the
Have
people.
them talk
Okay.
about it. Have them get, and if it requires reenactment, they need somebody who's ever done it before. I can
do
help
it.
you direct. I can help you shoot. I can do whatever you need to be done. Be happy to do it. It was some interesting cases developed out of it. We had one
Yes.
little, because we always had a police officer on the scene, because quite often it involved a gun, like armed robberies. And there was one, and the officer who was assigned was a detective for the Wellington PD.
Mm.
And he would always call in over open channel when we're getting ready to actually create the reenactment, because he didn't want police officers driving by and suddenly saying, oh, what's going on here, and hit the lights and siren and come running with the guns drawn. He forgot.
Well, I do
On
believe.
an armed robbery at a
Uh,
shoe store, and as the guy was coming around the side
goodness.
with a mask on and a long gun, one of the patrol units, he does a U-turn in the middle of 421 Carolina Beach Road. He does a U-turn. And he's calling it on the radio, and Wayne, the detective Wayne nurse, was saying, whoa, stop, 1022, 1022, disregard. This is Crime Stoppers reenactment.
Oh,
That was
my
hilarious.
gosh. Well, I
Not
do
at the moment,
believe
but it became hilarious
that
later
was.
on.
I do believe in my heart that they're going to end up solving the Nancy Guthrie case by somebody calling in.
Yeah.
An informant. I do believe.
I don't think it's going to be by the TV experts.
No, we were talking about that earlier this morning.
Experts,
about the different shows where they have different former profiler for the FBI, 33
whatever,
years
yeah.
and blah, blah, blah. And some of the stuff, the scenarios they're coming out with, I'm like, who let you out of your house today? It's terrible.
you need to go back and get into your garden. Come on, call it quits, dude.
Yeah, I mean, really, I was telling you about the one who said that, and he was an FBI profiler and retired, and he was on a show the other night, and he was saying, well, I really do think that they went in there and kidnapped her, and it was more than one person. And the guy out front, the bumbling idiot out front, he was doing that on purpose, portraying himself to be foolish and a bumbling idiot is what I call him, on purpose to throw the cops off. And I'm like, how long were you a profiler? And
you really needed to be on the streets a little bit.
Did you voluntarily retire or what?
They put him out to pasture.
Some of the stuff that all these experts.
So you haven't asked me what happened. And
what do you
not
think
to make light of it, but to make light of it because all these other bumbling idiots out there. I'll be a bumbling idiot. Aliens came down. They live not that far from New Mexico, Area 51.
Oh my! Well, she may be at Area 51. She may be in her trailer there.
It is just as viable as some of their expertise.
Remember, I told you that the psychic went out there over the weekend, and she came to the conclusion
she wasn't wearing a tinfoil hat.
That Nancy's in a trailer just within a couple mile radius there, and I'm like, okay. And then what was it I heard yesterday?
If they're finding gloves within 2 miles of the house, blowing around in the wind, they would find that trailer.
Exactly. Well, there's just, what was it? One guy called yesterday, and he said the reason, because we talked about the weapon and we talked about the holster and how mismatched they were. That holster did not belong with that type of weapon.
It was a dime store holster.
And he was wearing it right underneath his belly button. Well, this one guy calls in and said, well, the reason for that is because if he's taking a body and dragging it out, throwing it over his shoulder, he doesn't need to worry about that person trying to grab the gun on his hip. So that's why he holds it in the front. And the reason why he had a holster that was too big is because that sometimes when you go to pull your weapon out of your holster, you have to, blah, blah, whatever, try to get it out. My holster had a safety on it where you had to push the weapon forward before you take it out. And so he was trying to claim, and I'm like, no, he was a bumbling idiot. He got a dime store holster somewhere.
Probably to throw them off. He knew that this was going to be video. There's a lot of stuff that may have been done intentionally here. Don't know. We don't have a clue.
That's right.
We can all guess.
We can make assumptions.
And it may be that they are just nothing but bumbling idiots.
Well, they do say that, and this has come out from law enforcement, that there is a group within Arizona, California, all that area, that they're highly organized and they commit burglaries. But that doesn't mean that's what happened here, because they're highly organized. They failed to train that one guy.
Highly organized burglars are not going to go into homes unless it's going to be an extremely Hollywood type home that's got lots of money that they know there's very valuable
NFL
stuff
player,
there.
right?
And they may go there while the people are at home because they know they're tiddlywinks anyway, and they're not going to put up a fight.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, burglars don't break into homes where they know somebody's at home.
The whole thing is weird, and just my thoughts are that somebody broke in, she confronted them, there was a struggle, there was an assault of some type. And the only reason why I think they took her was maybe possibly their DNA on her and they're thinking we better get rid of her. That's the only thing I could. But there's just that doesn't even sound right. So I don't know. I have no.
Every time you come up with one little theory about something, you reach a stumbling block. So that won't work.
Right.
So it's
and when I say assault,
police do it too.
I mean it in a very ugly way.
Right.
For a woman. And that's the only thing I go, because why kidnap an 84-year-old woman who can barely walk? Why?
I can only think of ransom, which has had those theories. My big concern is this: when it first came out, she was on heart medicine and she needed it, and it's been more than 30 days.
Well,
it has been now, but I don't know that they didn't take medicine with them. I don't know that they didn't have some medicine.
See,
I don't know how well they knew this family. I don't know how well they knew her.
Not to get too personal, you have to take. Do you have to take heart medicine?
Yeah.
So do you have a 30-day or more supply?
I've got a 90-day supply.
Yeah, okay.
And there is this stuff stays in your system.
Yeah.
If I miss a day, if I miss a week, there's not going to be any change in my heart rate or anything else. It's happened, not intentionally.
Okay.
But I get tied up in other things and I get scattered.
That's how I got
scattered
to be a mother. Forgetting to take my pills. Well, I mean, accidents happen, but it was a blessing.
I got to be a mother. 'Cause the marine weather, according to those fine folks at the National Weather Service in Newport, is calling for some increasing chances for nasty conditions. Today, offshore out to 20 nautical miles. You just blew us away. Southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, increasing to 15 to 20 with gusts up to 25 in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 4 feet at 4-second intervals. It's going to be a little bit choppy. Sounds and rivers a light chop, increasing to choppy this afternoon. Patchy fog this morning in some places. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds around 20 knots. Becoming westerly in the afternoon, gusts to 30 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Sounds and rivers choppy, becoming rough in the afternoon. A slight chance of thunderstorms, patchy fog in the afternoon. Patchy fog over the ocean. Friday, northeasterly winds 15 to 20 with gusts to 25 knots, becoming southeasterly around 10 in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet every 7 seconds, 2 to 3 feet near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon.
Yeah, real quick, Steve had sent me some pictures the other morning. I'll show them to you later of the pier out there at Emerald Isle that was completely covered with fog, and this was during the day. It was crazy. Today, mostly sunny with a high near 86. Light south wind increasing 8 to 13 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 20. Tonight, increasing clouds with a low of 66. All right, Thursday, here's where it all changes. Rain with thunderstorms. Temperature rising to near 73 by 11 a.m.
Ouch.
Then falling to around 51 during the remainder of the day. 20-degree drop. Southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming northwest in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 23. Thursday night, the lows will drop to 36, and Friday will be sunny with a high near 66. So, gonna take a dip before we go back up.
Take a dip, dip.
And I said thunderstorms, but that usually happens with rain. Stop.
When's spring, by the way? What day is spring? March 20th?
20th, I think.
Yes.
It's an old wives' tale.
On the Thursday, I think.
Okay. Old wives' tale.
Happens.
We're still in winter, right?
Well, we
Technically.
have, let me see, what's the spring day? What's countdown?
March 20th.
Countdown.
I'm sorry, Ray, go ahead.
Spring.
Because I know Lee wants to see one more snow.
March 20, 2026. There are 12 days until spring.
Thunderstorms.
Which, we have had snow in the spring before.
12 days until spring.
That's what it says. March 20th. Well, wait.
Today's
the 11th.
Today's the 11th. AI, in your computer has done it to you again.
Well,
Randy out there in the southwest area this morning. He's one of our ham friends. He was on his golf cart this morning riding
There we
around.
go.
Said it was 59 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.03 inches of mercury, and calm, no rain, and it was clear. Lee in Back Swamp, the other Lee in the Back Swamp area, 59 degrees, 99% humidity. This is sounding like a broken record. 29.89 inches of mercury and the barometric pressure thingamabobber. No wind and no rain. Carol, River Bend, 58 degrees, 99% humidity, no wind, no rain. Joe down in Swansboro, over in Swansboro, but not down, whatever. Over in Swansboro, 59 degrees, 99% humidity, 29.9 inches of mercury, calm, no rain. And Ward over in Cedar Point, 58 degrees, 99% humidity. Now, his barometric pressure was on the rise, 30.13 inches of mercury. Southwesterly winds running 3 to 5. He had already 0.02 inches in the rain gauge. He says that could be fog. Okay. Dew, fog, whatever. Ken and Onslow Bay, 60 degrees, 92% humidity. No wind, no rain. And over in the woodlands where Lee lives, this Lee lives. 60 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.04 inches and falling. Easterly winds up to 0 to 1, nothing in the rain gauge here at the studio.
It was like,
Right now it's 58 degrees. It was 60 at 5:30 this morning. 99% humidity, 29.92 inches of mercury, and steady, calm, no wind, and 0.00 inches in the rain gauge.
that's Charlie.
That was Dr.
Charlie,
Rose.
if I can find a button here, I'll make Charlie talk. Hey, Charlie, it's your turn.
Put a hand up his shirt.
Hey, Rayford.
Yes.
You like comedy that's observational, correct?
I like
I
comedy.
do.
Yeah.
I like observational comedy.
Yeah.
That's observational, right?
Yes.
You like observational comedy, right?
Of course I do.
Okay, when I was a child, I used to go to drive-in movie theaters. I sound like Christopher Walken. When I was a child, I used to go to drive-in movie theaters. I just noticed something.
What's that?
Your monitor is larger than any drive-in movie theater I ever went to.
I know that. It's blocking off. It's because I don't wear
I gotta go.
I don't wear a lot of
It's
clothes.
so big. Oh my God, I gotta go. I'll call you back.
Okay.
He must be on duty.
Huh?
Somebody just breached the security wall. What was
Don't
that?
put that on social media. Somebody will take it for real.
I don't know.
I will never forget the morning that we used to have that regular caller Bill, that older man that would call in every day. And I'll never forget the day he called in and you could hear the cat in the background screech. And we were like, what happened? What happened to the cat? And
I was wondering what happened to whatever the cat attacked.
we don't, I don't know, did he say he stepped on his tail or something? I don't know.
Something, yeah.
But we laughed so hard. We had tears coming out of our
There
eyes.
was some scrawling going on that phone.
The pain of a kitty cat.
Poor cat, but we were like,
Oh, poor cat.
but Bill just kept right on talking like it was no big deal. We were like, what
That must
happened?
have been a really strange household. Speaking of our listeners and viewers and whatever they are, Robert, his wife, and daughter Kathy.
Oh, yeah.
I was driving along here the other day on Piney Green Road, was it yesterday or day before, whatever, and I hear a horn toot. I'm like, okay. That was up here at the intersection of Country Club Road, and I'm on Piney Green going towards Pumpkin Center area, and I heard the horn, and I look around, then I look, and coming up behind me off on the right, and gets up beside me, and it's them waving. Everybody was waving out the car. That was just cool.
That's cool, Kathy.
I love
Robert.
And Robert.
I love seeing them at
Elizabeth.
church.
Oh, they're I mean, they're wherever we are, they are.
Well, Chris
Yeah.
is a celebrity now at his church.
Oh no. I'm
They all know who you are now
Well,
after the pass out episode.
Crash.
Some did find out even that they were, but that they weren't at the mass. But Bob and Kathy, the whole family, just as sweet as they can be.
They are.
And they are probably the biggest followers.
Oh, they're the most loyal. I'll tell you what.
People.
We're talking about going on 15 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Parades.
Good
Go see
people.
parades.
Mhm.
I'll be walking around the church area or something, and I'll get a beep on the wall.
Oh, we have
Them.
some great long-time listeners like Miss Elsie,
Yeah.
you know, and then we've got Chris Burrett.
Thomas.
And we got Thomas. Yes, Thomas has been in and out for a long time.
And you know the donkey man.
And the donkey man, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Can't forget a donkey man.
Yep.
A couple of weeks back, you may recall the Onslow Sheriff's Office sending out an alert for a man wanted in connection with a stabbing over there in Hubert. Well, the search for 21-year-old Ethan Jones has ended. Up in Virginia, a license plate reader got a hit on a tag that the Onslow investigators listed as belonging to Jones. Ain't modern technology just marvelous? The Virginia deputies located the car, stopped it, and found Jones at the wheel. He was taken into custody. He faces a charge of assault with a deadly weapon inflicting serious bodily injury. The victim, according to investigators, was stabbed in the stomach with a kitchen knife. He was treated at the hospital and later released. Jones was jailed on the felony charge after he was returned to Onslow County. Yay. Good job.
Can't go far.
I'll tell you what, there was a lot and still remains a lot of that's invasive, having license plate
Sir.
readers. I'm sorry.
Favorite doctor.
It's in public view. It's not
Yes.
invasive. It's
Yeah.
not invasive
You
at
can't
all.
hide. You just
No.
can't hide.
Try to toll places
Yeah.
here in North
Unless you're in-
Carolina.
I've
Arizona.
got this little pain in my shoulder over here.
Yeah.
We need a doctor, but I need to.
Is there a doctor in the house?
If I don't grow up, could I be listed as a child and go see Dr. Rose?
I have been
She'd
told
see you.
I am like a child, so
Oh.
I already fit that category.
Dr. Rosemary Stein, good morning.
Huh.
Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, Dr. Rose. How are you?
I am doing well. I hope all of you are.
I'm fine.
Rayford has a pain.
I have a pain.
in his-
Yeah, her pain is me.
but he has one in his left shoulder, and I do some medical research and thought I have a suggestion for that pain in his left shoulder. If I could run it by you.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
my gosh.
If I was thinking about stomping on his foot, and that'll take away the pain in his shoulder.
Sort of like acupuncture.
There you go.
I don't know that that's going to work, but
Okay.
you could try it if Mr. Rayford allows it.
He won't because he has a tool in his hand that uses for acupuncture.
The acupuncture that I use is called a dagger. It's actually it's a throwing knife.
No, then I don't suggest it.
Doctor, do you know a gentleman? His first name, I can't remember his last name, Rigobert or something like that, in Santo Domingo.
Rigobert.
No,
There are a lot
seriously,
of people.
that's his first. That's his first
in
name.
Santo Domingo, so probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody in the Dominican Republic by that name.
All right. Well,
It's a common name, but I don't know anybody.
Rigobert is a common name.
Rigoberto.
Rigoberto.
Really?
Rigoberto.
It's a common name.
Yeah, he uses
Yeah.
he goes by Rig, but which I'm sure a lot of them do. Well, I talked with him on ham radio the other day. Over the weekend, they had a big contest going on, and I talked to several people in the DR.
Very nice.
So-
Very nice. Is he fluent in English? Or
Yeah, yeah. If they don't fluent in English, we don't talk.
Oh, all right. I just wondering because most Dominicans would not call themselves rigged, but that sounds more like an Americanized Dominican.
Well, once they get on amateur radio, they become international. Believe it or not, it's one of the greatest things tools in the world for kids or anybody else. If you want to make friends, I mean, I talked to a guy in Russia, and I talked to a guy in Ukraine over the same weekend.
Wow.
And a guy in South Korea. But you can expand your horizons very well if you do something like that. And if everybody could talk to each other like we talk to each other, the amateur radio people, the world would be a better place and a lot safer.
I believe that. I believe that more granddads need to spend time with their grandsons, especially, but granddaughters too, doing something like what you're doing and putting pinpoints on the places in the map of the people that you've talked to and places that you may want to visit, and that'll open up their horizons.
That's a wonderful, wonderful idea. While Rayford's counting how many countries he's visited on the ham radio, Dr. Rose, I have a question, obviously medical for you. I was doing some Crime Stopper work yesterday, and I came across a friend who said she has a virus that has been, it's a new virus that's out that don't even have a name, and it can last 10 to 15 days, coughing.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not pneumonia.
Well, I've not seen that one. We have had a lot more stomach viruses, and they're kind of funky because they have fever and body aches. So it's like a mixture of the flu with a stomach virus, and it doesn't test positive for anything. It might be norovirus, Noro.
I've heard of that.
But I've not heard of anything new that lasts longer. The one I'm talking about is probably about 5 days, and the first 2 days are the worst, and then it just starts getting out of your system.
Okay.
Well, is there anything new? I mean, we've got spring coming on strong. Hopefully most of the cold weather is way behind us. We'll have a blast or two, but it's not going to be critical. But it's weather-wise, we should be okay. Pollination, we got it coming on strong now. Yeller is a favorite color, regardless of what color you're wearing, it seems like. Once we get a rainfall, you can rest assured around here it's going to be running. My driveway is always yellow, a yellow stream running down it once the first rain comes after
need
pollen.
you to keep that.
So,
Yeah, I like to say that all that beauty that's going to come comes with a cost.
yeah.
And the cost is pollen and our sinuses, our eyes. It's just going to be there. And if you like being outside, you're going to be subjected to that pollen and the symptoms that come because of it.
Yeah.
So it's best to be ready and to understand, how to be proactive about it and make sure that when you are outside, come inside and wash your face and your hands, change your clothes if possible, drink some water, but get the kids in that same habit. The kids were just outside and running around and enjoying the great outdoors yesterday like crazy. But you got to talk to them about, that little bad part about all of it, and unless they do that, they're probably going to get sick.
So
Because they don't wash their hands, and then they rub their eyes and their little noses. They just get sick with a sinus infection, terrible allergies, and even not be able to go to school because of all of that. But if you take the steps and you know it's coming, then you can prevent a lot of it. You're not going to prevent 100% because that pollen, that's nasty stuff.
So
but you will make them feel a little bit better.
let me ask you this. Back in the day, and it wasn't that many years ago, except it kind of was, but in my very young days as an elementary school student and younger, we played outside all day long. We came into a house that was not air conditioned, so the windows were up. We had air coming through, and that's the way we lived.
And pollen on
And
the
pollen
furniture.
would come in. The sheets had to be washed a couple of times a week, and 3 or
TV
4 times a
screen.
week, things like that. And then they were hung on the clothesline outside to dry as the pollen came down. So we lived through it.
We did.
We didn't.
We did. I remember that
We did.
that was, but in a city, but that was still my childhood. We were outside as much as we were inside, or maybe even more than we were inside.
Yeah, well, we were outside, sunrise to sunset. Well, it wasn't sunrise but we get up and we go out very early in the morning. We didn't come back in except for maybe chow and that forced 1 hour nap when I was really young every afternoon. That wasn't an option.
It was.
That was a nap time. Remember those days?
The mandatory nap time?
Mandatory.
Yeah, whether you want it, you would fight it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not tired. I'm not going to go sleep, and then you'll go to sleep.
Yep.
Because you're tired.
So,
But I do have to ask Dr. Rose. Dr. Rose, Chris and his nasal spray nasal saline. I was given once. I was told, okay, take a lot of Flonase. Then I was told, okay, don't use Flonase. Use just regular saline solution.
Salt water.
That salt water.
Salt water.
Basically, is there come a point where you're using too much of it?
Of saline?
Yeah.
No, I can't think that. I mean, if you're doing it every 5 seconds, that might be counterproductive. But other than that, I mean, it's saline. The Flonase, it's supposed to be once to twice a day, and it's a steroid. So I don't suggest doing that more than like for a week or so, on and off.
Right.
But saline is very safe and pretty effective. I suggest more of the saline than medicated nose sprays anyway.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I use it a lot during the day.
Can you get it with bottles that you can just squirt it, or you have to suck it up?
No, the bottles that you spray, but some of them now are coming out with new ways of spraying it, and I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, if I get out in the clean ocean one day, I'll bring you a bottle of good stuff.
Well, I love staying in the ocean.
No, seriously, that ocean is the good stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Dr.
But
Healer.
no, I don't know about dumping it.
Yeah, saline is very good. Saline's good for the skin. The saline water is good for the skin.
Yep.
It's good for the nasal passages. I think God made good stuff here.
It's good for the psyche too. Are there any diseases or anything that happened in the spring that the kids need to look out for? I know some diseases are maybe animal born, like ticks, obviously ticks. And there's a thing in the South here called red bugs. They have another name.
Ladybug.
Huh?
Is it the ladybug?
No,
Yeah,
red bugs.
Those are painful. Those teeny weeny little red bugs.
You can't see them. They go under your skin and they bore down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are, and they're painful.
They can be painful. And
So when you send your kids outside, now that it's that kind of weather, make sure that you look them over, especially if they're going to be playing in the grass and the fields. Kids need a good look over so you can make sure that some ticks didn't get in there.
when they
You
come
get
back,
all sorts of ticks. The regular ticks don't usually have illnesses, but there are lots of ticks out there that do. So you need to look the kid over, try to take the ticks out. Look they especially like skin folds. So you need to look under the arms, just right between the little butt cheeks. So those are the favorite places where it's a little warm and it's a little dark. So think of those places as the preferred. They'll hang on anywhere they can, but those are the ones that you can miss, and they prefer. And those are the ones that just make sure. We've talked about this before. Just make sure that when you pull, you just have a nice pull on it, and it will usually let go. Don't try to pull aggressively or sharply on it, or you will leave some of the tick parts embedded in the skin, and those will need to be removed by a doctor or somebody who knows how to remove those little parts.
yeah, I as a kid, I did have one on my stomach one time, and it just kept going. It got in pretty deep before I realized it, and I just ended up pulling and pulling and pulling, but it broke in half. So I had half of it inside, and I wasn't about to tell my mom about that because I knew.
Oh gosh!
And so I worked on it myself with tweezers and a pin, like a needle,
Oh my
until
gosh!
I dug that sucker out. Oh yeah.
I think Dr. Rose would
She would
suggest that only people in like Dr. Rose herself or me do that for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm the same one that pulled fish hook out. Okay.
Okay.
And from myself.
Well, if you got every part at the end,
I got it all. There was nothing left.
I
And
suggest that those of you who have children,
Don't do that.
Go ahead. Yes, it's not my preferred.
Yeah, just warn them about that, because if I had not been able to get it out, I was conscious enough that I said, this is not going to be good. This has got to go.
You know the best cure for it is?
Put a batch up there.
Nope. Go to Punta Cana, and you won't have to worry about it.
There you go.
Next.
I can't see what Punta Cana has anything to do with ticks, but I guess
That's why
That's
you
the
do
reason.
that.
Because it's
Any
beautiful.
ailment.
It's beautiful, as you know, and
And you'll be there soon.
I'm still working on it.
Well,
Looking
next
looking
week-
at some properties.
Next week when you call, we are not talking about anything that makes you itch. No bugs, Rayford. No ticks.
I think that's a
No,
good
red
idea. We've
bugs.
discussed it today.
Okay.
Scratching all over again.
Dry skin, does that make you? Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Just hush up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What anything that we need to the kids really need, the parents need to know about that the kids may be experiencing this time of year? Anything new on the board, or any issues, or
Well,
what
and
do you
I'm
see?
not sure why this is the regular time. Like I was talking about, what we're seeing a lot is these sort of stomach bugs.
Mhm.
But I think it's a good reminder, because there are so many of them in schools now, that wash your hands, take in your hand sanitizer, don't share your friend's food. And then if you do come down with those symptoms, remember to decrease or eliminate the fatty foods, to do like more starchy foods, little bits at a time with electrolyte solutions. And the kid should be better in about 2 to 3 days. But don't let that kid get dehydrated. They'll stop
Yeah.
drinking and
Yeah.
eating because they're not hungry. And then they get dehydrated and have to wind up in the hospital to get IV fluids. So that is the main thing right now that I'm seeing. It's just a lot of education, a lot of precautions,
Mhm.
and just knowing what to do when if your kid does get it.
I have one last question. Old wives' tale, since we're doing about the thunder that's going to cause us to
Thunder.
have snow here in the
Yeah.
next couple of next days. Dr. Rose, starve a cold, fever feet.
I can reach you from this side.
I know you can.
Starve a cold, feed a fever.
Is it, which one is it? Starve a cold, feed?
I don't
She's
know.
laughing. I guess neither one of them's
We
true.
don't know.
Oh, think about what you just
Anyway, if you
said.
got a fever, the whole wives' tale is, and I don't know which way it goes, you either starve it or you feed it. But if you do one it causes something else. It causes a cold to last longer. I don't know. What is that old
I
thing?
don't.
Let me see.
You need to get
I
that, put
think
it on
that
your
even
wall.
when you have a cold, you should eat judiciously. You should choose healthy foods. Like I said, your system doesn't digest the same. So you don't want to eat anything that's too heavy or too fatty. And obviously don't eat excessively, because your nutrition will get kind of stuck in your stomach and make you feel really bad. But there's a lot of wisdom to a nice homemade chicken soup if you're feeling sick. But do go ahead and treat that fever. I'm a great advocate of making, especially children, feel better. So having a Motrin and Tylenol and a good old thermometer, so that you know how high the temperature goes. If that temperature is over 102 or 103, and you have difficulty getting that temperature down, I think that there may be other causes, and you may want to call your children's doctor.
Okay. All right. Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Dr. Rose, thank you as always.
Oh, you are very welcome.
We
You
get-
guys all have a good week.
You
Yeah,
have
you
a
too,
blessed
Dr.
week.
We get the message out there.
Take care.
Okay.
And just so you know, it's feed a cold and starve a fever.
Yeah.
And-
All right. That's what we said one time.
Well, Lee was caught up in the fact that it's going to snow because of the thunder.
And she's
I know
about
she
to
can reach over.
Old snow job there.
She's trying to reach.
Look, I was about to put the bell on y'all if you talked any more
I
about
didn't say a
tick
word.
bites and red bugs and fleas and good Lord.
Can red bugs survive in the snow?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
I got it twice that way. We have a gentleman in the house with us.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Peter, for
He
coming in.
is Mr. Wright.
Good
Ladies,
morning.
ladies, we have Mr. Wright in the house for you.
And gentlemen.
And gentlemen.
And gentlemen.
It
Okay.
doesn't mean the same.
By the way, I worked I talked to people in 45 different countries over the weekend.
Was it?
Yeah, 45.
You were doing a lot of
45?
counting.
Wow. How did you do that?
There was a special contest going on, and I had and I just stopped a few times, and I got on the radio, the ham radio, and I just talked to them for a few seconds, and that's about all it takes. And just you're trying to make as many different contacts as possible. I did 127 contacts totally, and in England I had 2 or 3. In England, Ukraine I had a couple. Italy, 15. Those guys were hopping.
Mamma mia.
How does the signal bounce around the world by doing that?
There's a thing called the ionosphere that circles the Earth. It's,
Yeah.
there are layers of our atmosphere. And one
Yeah.
of those layers is the ionosphere. It's electrically charged, being ionosphere, you can figure. And depending upon weather conditions, the time of day, the time of night, where you are, and just how far up or down the ion at a steady distance from Earth.
Yeah.
It varies in height above the Earth, and your signal from here bounces up at an angle, hits the ionosphere, bounces back down, and you can actually, it bounces up, down, work away all the way around the globe
Wow.
and bouncing. It's like a little red rubber ball.
And
Bounce
can you
around.
have a good long conversation with someone when
At
it's
times you can talk for quite some period of time until conditions change and you fade. I mean, I've talked to Australia one morning. Everything was very stable and not a lot of people talking at that time. It was early morning here, pre-dawn, and it was night. I forgot exactly what time it was there, but anyway, it's a 14 to 18 hour difference in
It
time.
is,
But
yeah.
so anyway, I was talking to them, and we had a long conversation.
Wow.
We talked about the everything from the big dive spots there, the reef, the big
Uh-huh.
reef,
Yeah.
world's largest reef. So we were talking about that because he was a diver too. So we got into it.
Yeah. Wow.
No, it can be very interesting.
Yeah.
The world of Medicaid, Medicare, and the cards that we carry. Big word according to your list here is watch out. Are there some problems of people stealing Medicare numbers?
A lot of Medicare fraud. And I thought I would just spend today going over it because I'm just seeing a lot of it at the moment. And I thought I'd list all the different types
Yeah.
that Medicare itself is
Now, I was
raising.
wondering how they did that, but I was reading a story a week ago where somebody had been nailed for millions of dollars in Medicare fraud that they had committed. And
Is it
apparently they had
fraud?
done it with somebody else's Medicare number, and they did it by stealing that number somehow or another. But I guess there are ways people go about stealing your Medicare number.
Yeah. One of the ways is they ask for it and people give it over the phone. And that is the main message that Medicare is trying to put out and has been the last couple of years is never give your Medicare number to someone who contacts you unexpectedly.
So it's that people just call up and say, "Hey, can I have your Medicare number?" Or do they have some kind of a scam going?
Well, they'll say, there's a $300 food card that you can get, or there's a special Medicare's come out with a
Supplement.
with a way that you can get extra money for your
Free groceries.
Yeah. And would you like to find out more about it? And if you say yes, then they'll put you through to someone else who will then ask, as part of a thing, we'll get some information and then ask for your Medicare number and date of birth and then A for away. Because they just need that in your name and they can sign you up for whatever they want to. And it's happening often. I had 5 people that happened to this last month in February. And one of those was a couple. The husband apparently isn't doing well. The wife told me that she's going blind and she'd been moved from a Blue Cross plan she was in to a different company's plan. And she really, when she learned that she'd been, and the reason she'd moved was because she wanted to find doctors that were closer to her. So she was going to go to Wilmington Health. I said, well, Wilmington Health is in the Blue Cross network anyway.
Yeah.
And I said, what you're losing by making us, if you didn't realize, was you're losing the transportation trips you can get. You're losing, 12 transportation, one-way trips for both her and her husband. And if you're going blind, that's going to be important.
Oh, yeah.
You're losing the emergency button that you can press if you fall over or you need urgent attention. You're losing the help you can get at home, where you can have someone come in for 5 hours a month per person. So that would be 10 hours for the two of them. And you're losing caregiver assistance, where Blue Cross has got a team of caregivers that help make sure that you've got your appointment, that you're going to your appointment. Sorry.
Okay, so
they've got advice for caregivers. So if you've got a caregiver, you've got they can track whether you're going to see, when you're going to see your doctors, if your medicines are being filled, and also they can get advice from the team that Blue Cross has set up for caregivers.
now, are these people that call around to ask you to change your insurance? I mean, how do they figure out that I need to change my plan? Somebody's selling them a bill of goods.
They
but
just
whatever.
phone. They just phone and they keep phoning. So I spoke to one of my clients about 3 weeks ago, and we went right through his plan and checked everything was okay, and because he's in a difficult stage at the moment. And then he phoned me up a week later saying, Peter, I've just had this phone call where I can get extra benefits, and I've spoken to them. They said they were from Blue Cross, and they're trying to get me into a different plan, but I don't think this is quite right. And I said, no, it's not right. We've already gone through your plan. We worked out what is the best one for you. They may be licensed from Blue Cross, but they're not acting on your behalf. And the reason they're doing this, these agents, some are licensed agents, not just scammers, but they're licensed agents, and they're just trying to get the commission that you can get. They're not looking after you; they're looking after themselves.
Yeah, the calls that I get, and I still get them. Block as many of them as I can, but after a while you can't block with so many. But here's one that keeps calling, and you call the number back, and
The number you have dialed is not in service. Please check the number and try again.
that's what I get when I call them back. If you ever want to try it to see if it's even a real number, the scammers are not using real numbers most of the time. They're using fake numbers that are generated on the computer.
Yeah.
And they do it to disguise their efforts and keep from having to say, oh, okay, do not call this. Well, they do not call that number. They get 4,000 more. So now let's just say within Blue Cross. Okay, just for an example there, because you know that inside and out too, right? But there are different plans within Blue Cross. I got the Advantage plan. There are other plans in Blue Cross, right?
Yes.
Now, when you're going along and I've got this plan and my Advantage plan, and I've got all these things, perks, and yada, 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 stuff I can do, right?
Yeah.
I get a call from somebody who says that your Blue Cross can cover this particular thing. Like I called you about a certain gym thing. I do not know. Can they go through if I go by there and say, yes, sign me up? Would they be changing my insurance plan to cover that too, or try to?
If Blue Cross was reaching out to you.
No. This is the company of the gym itself, because they know that I used to be
there.
there.
The gym itself can't change you.
Unless they are an insurance agent.
Unless they're an insurance
Operating
agent.
with an insurance agent, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to check that out, because if it's not covered, then I'm going to really have some fun.
And I haven't had an answer back on that yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But I've got to speak to the fellow about something else. So I'll get him to He's good. He's probably prioritized it.
Yeah.
So I'll get an
I don't
answer
want to
from him.
change my plan is what
No,
I'm getting
I
at.
realize.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I want. I want to keep
You
my
want to
plan.
find out if you
And
can
if I
go to
if I
courts
can
first.
go there with my plan, that's fine.
Now, what I did speak to Courts Plus about being able to do it under silver sneakers, and they said they're going to make that decision probably by June.
Single swingers.
Mhm, I knew it was coming.
He was laughing. I knew I had to do it.
Okay, I wonder why he started laughing. I've forgotten.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we'll never let him live it up.
not in your life level. I'll ever let him forget that one. Nope. That's it.
Well, I have a question when Ray first done.
But anyway, I just want to make it clear that they cannot, nobody else except an insurance agent can make a change, right?
or if Blue Cross could, but normally, they're not going to really reach out to you to say, "Hey, change your plan." They're
Oh,
going
no, they
to,
won't.
I mean, you could reach out to them and say you want to change your plan without
Sure.
your agent if you don't trust your agent.
Well,
That would
that's
be
not
one
going to
thing.
happen because you know more than I know, a lot more than I know. I go to people that know more than I know.
Yeah. The other thing that one of the other frauds that Medicare is saying is that that people are thinking of Medicare are calling themselves, as though it's people from Medicare.
Hi,
And
I'm
Medicare-
Jill for Medicare. I have that all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, Jill is from Medicare. She's a lot. She's from Medicare. They must have 5,000 Jills working for Medicare.
So they will not call you unexpectedly to ask for your Medicare number, Social Security number, or bank information.
Mm-hmm.
They don't sell plans and they don't ask for payment over the phone.
Could I lie to them and give them a fake number
If
just for giggles?
you could, but the problem is
I'd be giving.
when you give a fake number, it's a Medicare number. It has to have various different. The characters have to be in the right order.
Yeah,
So you got letters.
I just want to mess with their heads.
Numbers. Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
have a question. I just recently got a letter in the mail, and it's first class. So anything first class always alerts me to maybe important. Are
She
you
thinks it's legitimate. I didn't say anything. That was
are
Chris.
you familiar with Trizettle Provider Solutions?
What?
They are what they do is they provide billing related services to healthcare providers such as hospitals, health systems, and physician practices, including your healthcare provider. Have you gotten any word from Blue Cross Blue Shield that there may have been a data breach recently? Are you familiar with Trizettle Provider Solutions?
No, I haven't heard of them.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'll have to call them, and I'm going to be cautious when I call them about giving information. But I did get a letter in the mail, and it does not refer to whether it was my health insurance provider, like Blue Cross Blue Shield, or whether it was my doctor's office who bills,
Mhm.
sends out bills and stuff like that. So I have no way of knowing, but it says there was a data breach and that all my medical information, including my personal information, may have been given out. Of course, we all get letters like this from time to time. And I was just wanted to ask you if you were familiar with anything recent.
No, but I do know that there are data breaches from time to time.
Right,
And so,
right.
you
Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
that if it had been a Blue Cross Blue Shield, they probably would have sent a letter themselves.
and
And
I would
so
have thought they would have done.
I
I think this was the billing card, the folks that do the billing for
It-
your doctor or what generally
which
that's
is the
gonna be
same
the
one
case.
that does the billing for yours.
I didn't get a letter.
I only have one doctor.
Well, I didn't open it if I did,
Right.
which is normal.
Well, this
For
first
me.
class, you need to open it. If it's third class, throw it in the garbage. You don't even have to open
I'm
it.
not going to go that far.
I thought of it that
If
way.
it's non-standard mail, throw it in the garbage.
I know we're getting close to finding out if we can go fishing or to the beach today with weather forecast. But Peter, you'll take phone calls, right?
Yes.
Some listeners, 910-333-0139 is the number to call to talk to Peter about Medicare or Medicaid, your health insurance policy.
If you guys have got questions, I mean, we always have questions, and we got some information that Peter provides us each week. But if you've got something that's off the books, please. If you're getting some weird calls, or you got some questions about your insurance, especially if you got Medicare, Medicaid, call. Well, Peter will be glad to answer those questions. You have one, sir?
I do have a question.
Well, good.
Yes.
Sir, what was your question?
My question is, Peter, is the monthly rate or what's taken out of your Social Security for
The Part B.
for the Part B, does that vary by state?
No, that's
It's the same
that's
for
the same.
everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I have a brother-in-law that he's talking to someone in Ohio who's saying that he's paying a whole lot less than what.
Maybe because he's getting extra help, or he's getting sorry, not extra help. He's getting he's on a Medicare savings program,
Mhm.
or he's got Medicaid, and that's paying part his Part B.
Right.
So you will get help. You can get help with your Part B payments.
If we have time after we go through all this, if you could explain one more time, because I know he's listening down in Florida, Jeff,
Okay.
about the difference between A, B, C, and D. 'Cause
Okay.
he has
We can do that now.
yeah, okay.
That's
Part A is your hospital charges, generally. Part B is the doctor charges. Part D for Delta is for your prescription drugs, and C really. So what happens when you take C as an advantage plan? Part C, basically Part A and Part B, instead of being run by the government now, if you take an advantage plan, come under the insurance company that you sign up with. So that Part A and Part B is there, and often Part D may be included in it too. So you can get advantage plans with or without drug coverage. I've had both myself personally, and that combination, with or without a drug component, is called Part C. So it basically incorporates it all. So instead of having, when you had Part A and Part B separate, run by the government, and you had a supplement plan, you've now got Part A and Part B combined as private insurance under an insurance carrier.
So simple.
And that's Part C.
For me, simple math is, I'm just going to throw out a number, 175. I don't know what comes out of what the government charges now. Or
It's $202.90.
what?
Yeah.
It went from 171 to what? 200.
Well, last year it was, what was it last
I
year?
thought it was 171.
Property evaluation, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
We
can't
get more from
remember
Monday?
what it was. I think it was 185
Let's not
last
even.
Oh,
year.
was it? Okay.
Yeah.
And now it's 202.
It's
It comes out of your Social
202.90.
Security automatically.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
for A and B.
Yes, that's for Part B. Part A is at no cost if you've worked for 10 years or you're married to somebody that has, or some other criteria can be in there too.
So Part A comes out automatically. The government.
Part A is zero, doesn't
Okay.
cost you anything. Part B comes out of your Social Security, if you arrange for it to come out of your Social Security,
Okay.
which I recommend you do.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't want to go into hospital and then lose your part because you're not
That's right.
paying your bills, lose your
Yep.
Part B. And
Absolutely.
I've had that happen to several people.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
paying it as a bill.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry to get off subject.
No, it's a good question.
So I get a call. I'm Jill from Medicare, and I just need to verify your Medicare number.
No, that's a big no, because they don't need to verify Medicare numbers. They should know your Medicare
You
numbers.
say this is
That's right.
happening a lot. According
What I do is I researched all the different types of fraud. That is one of the frauds that's going on with Medicare. There's some other ones too regarding medical equipment billing, where they obtain a Medicare number and then bill Medicare for equipment that you never ordered, like catheters and braces and things like that. And a lot of Medicare beneficiaries don't notice because Medicare pay most of the claim. So,
Hi, this is Jill from Medicare. Do you have you do have Part A and Part B, do you not?
yeah,
Click.
that is one that I've been getting recently. I've had 2 phone calls this last week.
Jill loves you too, does she?
It wasn't Jill. I can't remember. I don't remember
Was
if
it
it had
Jack?
a name or whatever, but it
Was
was.
it Jack?
There's this new plan available to you. Just want to make sure that you're qualified for it. You
Yep.
do have Medicare A and B, is that right? And you got to say yes or no. I say no. And then they say, oh, sorry, you don't qualify then. And
Yeah, absolutely.
it goes.
They
Yeah.
quickly do that.
And that's not a person. That's
It's automatic.
AI.
It's a
Yep.
robot.
it's all
yeah.
AI, and
Yeah,
that's probably going to put
intelligence.
you through to a person. But I don't want to let them know that that I could qualify for it because otherwise I'll keep finding
What? I'm sorry. You don't think you qualify.
So you get a call about, I'm reading a little bit about this, a $300 monthly food assistance. Is there such a thing?
Or $900.
Medicare, Medicaid. If you qualify for for a full level or pretty much full level of Medicaid, then you can get a food card that can help you with your over the counter food and maybe paying some utility bills.
Well,
So yes, but that most people
not with Medicare
have
though.
got
right?
that. But what they're trying to, not with Medicare, is big. Well, it's combined Medicare and Medicaid, and it's a Medicare Advantage plan that enables you to get that.
Oh,
So you
Medicare.
can,
Okay, so if you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you can get that.
if you have Medicaid as well.
Oh, but you got to have Medicaid. Okay, so
You got to have Medicare and
Somebody's trying to
Medicaid.
scam
So
me.
you don't want, most people have got that. So what they're trying to do, when I say most people have got that, I mean most people that qualify for Medicare and Medicaid have got it now. So what they're trying to do is get you interested, though you don't qualify for Medicaid. They don't mention anything about Medicaid. Get you interested in a $300 card, so you'll keep on giving them information so that they can now say, oh, well, this is a better plan for you. Because
no,
of
I
this,
got
that,
enough
the other."
information from you. I can hang up
Yeah.
and go sell something else and scam somebody. Yeah, I got you.
What a shame.
Do they ever take, if somebody inadvertently doesn't understand, don't give them your Medicare number, but they do, what do they do with that Medicare number then?
They can sign you up without you knowing. I had somebody that was signed up last year that was in Onslow County, and I think it was Duplin. They were signed up for an Aetna plan in Duplin County, even though their address, they were right on the border. And so there's the person that signed them up, got their information from them, and then signed them up onto this Aetna plan in Duplin County. When I went to the lady, she just didn't know about it. She was a lady that, while I was with her, she fell into her stove and turned the stove on, and the basket of knitting supplies she had on the stove caught fire, and this whole rubber mat around the
She had a
caught
basket
fire.
of knitting stuff on the stove?
Yes, yeah.
You don't do that. Don't put anything on the stove, ever.
So what I did while I was there was she tripped over a rug. I pulled all the rugs up and I put them in the garage for her so she wouldn't trip over anymore.
Trash can. Okay, I want to make sure. How do doctors? Those are the scams that I have seen that they've been busting. They collect apparently untold millions of dollars. Some of it, not all doctors. those who are notorious doctors, they can do something and collect millions of dollars in Medicare. How can they do that?
I suppose they're billing people for services that weren't provided. And that's how that happens. I've read about that's some of the cases that I read about.
That would have to be a
that's happened.
lot of cases, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't Medicare have people that look at these things with a magnifying glass from time to time, just kind of scan the stuff?
But I suppose you get until you get very greedy, it may go not noticed. I mean, it's quite strange.
So
But we've noticed for my wife, there's been a couple of times she's gone to doctors and they've done whole lots of screenings on her, but both, my wife and I think are unnecessary to do all that amount of screening. And we're just thinking, well, why are they doing this so much? Is it just to make extra money to,
Here's the other one. Mr. X Jones, whatever. This is Jill for Medicare. And you are qualified to have a scale or a diabetes test kit or a free this or a free that. And we have someone, we're going to send it to you at no cost to you. It's not going to cost you anything. A set of scales, I can measure your feet if you would like, or whatever they all want to offer you. Some piece of equipment or some service that I'm not asking for.
Yeah. There's when you go to health fairs, there's things there where you can ask to be. I didn't put one of those examples and write one of those out, but that's something you have to be careful when you go to health fairs. They'll do a screening for some particular. I can't remember what it is for.
They can do it. I've been to some. They'll do a free blood test. Your sugar test. They'll do a sugar test on you.
That may be legitimate, but there are some where you can get devices or something, and they'll take your Medicare number, and that's not what you want to happen. So you have to be careful all the time. Another thing you have to be careful of is, so there's a Medicare.gov site that you can set up for yourself, but a lot of fraudsters, can actually create, if they steal your information, like I may have done with you, Lee. You said you're worried about that, so you've had a data breach. But they could set up a Medicare.gov site for you with your Medicare number and date of birth. And then they can do whatever they want with it.
It just bothers me when you get a letter like this and they don't tell you who they're representing.
Yeah.
And you've got to make phone calls to try to find out. I'm like,
Gosh.
I'm going to call them, though, and see what they say. But I'm not giving them any of my information. I don't know who they are.
They're going to tell you that the ocean waters are fishable today.
Excuse me.
Right?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Are you okay?
Bless you.
I don't know. It just came across like he started talking about ocean water. And
Medicare is, and Jill over at Medicare, she's got some test equipment for that. You can sneeze into it every day if you like.
And then you can explain where you itch.
I think I need to go see Dr. Wave.
The marine weather, according to those fine folks at the National Weather Service over there in Newport, North Carolina, they're calling for some increasing chances for nasty conditions later in the week. But today, offshore, all the way out to 20 nautical miles at least. Winds are going to be from the southwest this morning, 5 to 10. They'll kick up a little bit, 15 to 20, with a gust of 25 this afternoon. Seas 2 to 4 feet, 4 seconds apart. 2 to 4 feet. 4 footers, 4 seconds apart. They're close together. Wham, 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 wham. That's the way you're going to be bouncing in the ocean today. Sounds in rivers, light chop, increasing to choppy in the afternoon, patchy fog this morning. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds about 20 knots, becoming westerly in the afternoon, gust up to 30 knots. 30 knots, about 35, 36 miles per hour. You understand what that is. That's a lot of wind. Seas big, 5 to 7 feet. Sounds and rivers choppy. Becoming rough in the afternoon. A slight chance of thunderstorms, patchy fog in the afternoon tomorrow, Friday. Northeasterly winds about 15 to 20 with gusts to 25 knots. Southeasterly in the afternoon and around 10 knots. So it's coming down. So Friday afternoon is looking better. We'll talk about the weekend tomorrow. So wind seas 3 to 5 on Friday. 7 seconds apart, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon.
Today, mostly sunny with a high near 86. Light south wind increasing 8 to 13 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 20. Tonight, increasing clouds for the low around 66. Thursday, rain with thunderstorms. Temperatures rising to near 73 degrees by 11 a.m., then falling to around 51 degrees during the remainder of the day. Thursday night, rain, a low around 36. Friday, sunny with a high near 66, and Saturday, sunny with a high near 74.
And right now at the studios is 59 degrees, 99% humidity, and there's no wind blowing. It's very calm and still out there. Temperature just has not jumped rapidly this morning, so I'm sure it will once the sun gets up just a little bit higher and burns off some of the fog in some of the areas. Any special alerts? I'm looking here, CMS fraud alerts to providers. There, you've got some stuff listed here. Fake tax requests for medical records.
Yeah.
Claiming to be part of a Medicare audit. And you emphasize that CMS does not initiate audits via fax.
Yeah.
Fax? Who's got a fax machine?
I do. Not a fax machine. I have something on my computer that sends a fax.
Vaccination or whatever.
I use it
some software
quite often, but recently I'm not getting a message back saying the fax has been received, which means that
why don't you
makes
use
me
email?
I do that too, but I have in the past always used fax because it gives you a message back saying that it's been received.
Yeah, I understand.
But I sent one to United Healthcare a couple of weeks back, and on a Thursday, and I didn't get it. I didn't get any receipt, and Saturday was the last day of the month, so I sent it again on the Saturday to make sure I still didn't get a receipt. So then I emailed it, like you say, into them, and then oh no, I didn't email. I actually input it into the computer manually. So I made sure that person's information was in there. Then I phoned up and found out, no, they had received just the first one. But
they just didn't acknowledge it.
No, it wasn't that my system probably isn't telling me that. I've got to find out what's going on.
Back in the day, it wasn't that many years ago, but it was. We all had fax machines. Businesses did, right?
Yeah.
Holy moly. The number of pieces of paper that comes to a business that you have to get printed out was ridiculous. We'd go through cases. We'd go through an entire ream, a couple of reams of paper a week. And most of them were garbage. You can get, it's kind of like the junk emails that you get today. But before all the emails were as popular as they are. So I found, and for the business, we can kill that fax machine, and we will put in a software on this one computer over here I think it was called Vaccination or something. Just software. And your number was plugged into your computer, and it got all those. Then you got to go read all of those to see what's important. And then you get to print out what you want to say. Fax is a joke. I mean, it used to be great, but it got to be nothing but a soliciting scam for business, for our business, the television business.
Okay. Because I was running a precision machining company. We had a fax machine, and it wasn't really overused. It was pretty reasonable. It wasn't. But you weren't a broadcast TV station because they use those.
Yeah. One of the other scams that we used to get, they'd call and ask somebody, "Hi, Mister, what is your name, Jones? And what is your position?" "I'm the assignment manager." Okay. "And how do you want to get the same number of boxes of paper and ink for your fax machines that you got the last time, and the people who ever answer the phone, it's never the same person in the newsroom. They always know that. They said, well, sure, I guess so. Well, which machines do you have? A row. They were just hoping they would get somebody that would do it. And they did, apparently. They got some of my people to do it. I ended up with all sorts of extra boxes of paper. I told them when they order them to come get them.
Yeah, you got to be careful all the time. I did a couple of advertising runs, and I then got not phoned up. I got a text saying something about, your advert is being run, say okay to this. So I phoned up about it, and they said, oh, this is for the next year. I said, well, I'm still trying to find out if it's worthwhile doing it for this year. I don't want to say yes to another year. I said, cancel everything after this year. I do not want any
ever again.
Until I say otherwise. So be careful.
New federal anti-fraud push for this year. What's going on with that? New regulatory initiatives targeting bad people, suspicious billing. So they have a unit now that's going to be looking at billing.
Yeah,
Maybe
it sounds
that's
like
what
they're being
looking at
more aggressive about fraud detection going forward. And I think we really need to be, because I've mentioned, 5 or 6 people a month being changed. It shouldn't be. And I spoke to the Blue Cross Medicare Blue Cross area representative last year, and he told me that there was somebody in this area last year with the same number of clients about that I have, who was getting 20 changed each month.
Really?
And honestly, it takes an hour to an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
To try to get it changed back again. And that's if I can get in touch with that person, because of those 5 people, I only managed to get in touch with 3 of them.
2 of them are going to have it changed, and it's too bad, huh?
Yeah. So you've got to spend, a significant amount of time correcting what these people are doing, which is not.
If you ever look at mine and it's changed, just consider that if I haven't called you to ask you for that change, it's a fake thing. Go ahead and change it back. Just do it.
Unfortunately, you have to do it. I can help you do it and be on the phone with you to do it. But if say they changed you to a different company, from Blue Cross to one of the other carriers, then we have to phone that carrier and cancel that enrollment.
Really?
Yeah.
So I got to cancel it.
And that can take half an hour, maybe longer. It can't, because you got to go through customer service and wait for customer service to pick up.
So how can I find the individual that created this chaos for me?
It doesn't help, because you can try most of the time when you try to call them, it doesn't.
So
the only person that can cancel an enrollment is you. It's not the individual that did the enrollment. So you agreed.
Well, why can't I be the person to make the change, and they require me to make the call to make the change?
Sorry, that's too many.
Why can't? Why do all the companies not have a requirement that I have to make the call to make the original change? If I have to call them to cancel it, I should be the one to have made that original change. And
that is what the requirement is. No one is meant to call you unexpectedly unless you've arranged for it. So it's illegal what they're doing anyway. So that is a requirement, but it's really hard to police.
We need better cops. They're doing that then.
How
much money could be saved? Medicare. I wonder how much fraud that Medicare gets bilked out of every year. Millions, apparently, because of Medicare fraud billing that was going on this one doctor. Millions.
It must be a lot, because 6 people each month, 5-6 people each month is bad. It's not good on the numbers that I've got. And then, and this is okay. So during January, February, March last year I found that was the worst period. This year it'll be January, February, March, and probably April too, because we got a special election code that's extended the because of the cold that snow that we had.
Great. Yeah.
So we've got that. So you're probably going to have a lot of phone calls through till the end of April. And then after that, it tailors off a bit. Probably got 3 or 4 a month after that. But yeah.
Do you see a time, Peter, where there'll be more than the time frame of October to
December.
to make decisions on your plans or change your plans? Do you think?
Some states do have that anyway. Some don't. I don't see it going that way in North Carolina. I've heard nothing about it being extended.
Yeah.
I would hope it wouldn't be, because I
was going to say, what would be the benefit of it?
Yeah, unless you need to make a change in your plan during a year, there wouldn't be one. But when you do make a change, if you've already spent money on the doctor and the hospital side, you've got to start from zero again to get up to your maximum out of pocket. So that's something that you really don't want to switch halfway through the year if you've already spent $1,000 or a couple of $1,000 of your own money, because you're going to lose. So, and people don't realize that.
Okay.
So,
I'm sorry. So I phrased it wrong. Say individuals, I'm going to take me, for example. I go to a doctor once a year. That's it.
Yeah.
And other than a couple of medications. And also, I'll never reach that goal of your max.
Yeah.
Never reach it. You ever see somewhere down the road where they're going to give breaks to those kind of people that just try to stay healthy and don't, you're not going to have to get to that goal to get any benefits.
To get like free stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I suppose in a way that you're not getting up to that high. Your break is that you're saving your money anyway, because if you're saying you're getting up for the people that are spending more money, they're spending more money to do it. Right. So, like me, I'm on an Advantage plan because it's really cheap. It's a lot cheaper for me to be on. I'm pretty ill. I've got rheumatoid arthritis severely. I take a lot of medicine for it. But on a Medicare Advantage plan, it's significantly cheaper for me with the type of medicine that I'm taking. If I was taking infusions, maybe I'd look at a different plan, Advantage plan than the one I'm on, or I'd look at, I might take the enhanced Blue Cross plan, for instance, instead of the Essential Plus plan that I'm on. Or I could possibly, if I was in my early, just after 65 to 70 or so, I'd possibly look at doing a supplement plan, perhaps. So it depends on the person and what their
medical needs are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have questions? If you want to call Peter after he leaves the show here, because you don't have anything set up, you don't have a kiosk or anything like that now, because you're not making normal changes. It's not open enrollment.
Yeah.
But now you can reach Peter by giving him a call at 252-675-4488. 252-675-4488. That's for my Southern friends.
That's right.
We speak slowly and deliberately.
And the things that I can do at the moment to help people, as we've already spoken about OEP, so I'll just mention it. If someone approaches me, a drug or a doctor isn't in the plan, and most of the time you could probably get a formulary exception to get your drug included in the plan. Or that's happened with me and my wife, both those, because I think I mentioned last time I was here, we're going through the same exercise with my wife. Hers got approved as well. So we didn't have to change plans or anything. But if you do need, to change your plan or don't like your plan, then you can give me a call during a January to March period. And of course, as I said, that's extended by 1 month.
Okay.
And then the other times I can help people if you're moving to this county or out of this county somewhere else, I can help you there. If your level of extra help, low income subsidy changes, or your Medicaid level changes, you get Medicaid or you lose it, or the level changes, I can help you there with a plan to suit you. If you're retiring and losing your existing company insurance, or I can help you there. And also turning 65 or becoming disabled after 24 months of Social Security disability income, I can help you there.
Wonderful.
Cool. So, and the number, as you said, was
252-675-4488.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Peter. We do appreciate it. And I appreciate it too, because I can, these guys that they call me now, I can, if I decide to take the call, I have got a new habit. I push the button. I don't recognize the number. I push the button. It's on speaker, and they can listen to me for 4 seconds. And then I click off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Occasionally I'll have them call back, and then I'll find out it's somebody that I know that I needed to take the call. That's one thing. Those who want to call me, they can call me back.
Mm-hmm.
If I wait for it to go to voicemail, then I will still have to listen to all those stupid voicemails before I delete them.
Yep.
So why listen? Why even let them do that? Just click on it, put it on speaker so you can hear them and they can hear background noise. Mm-hmm. And that's all they hear is just a little background noise. And those people generally don't call back from the same number.
Yeah.
And then I can also block that number.
Yeah.
I usually call the number first before I block it, just to see, okay, it might be,
is it legitimate or not?
Yeah. This is, what's that guy's name on Johnny Carson used to be with all the money?
Ed
McMahon.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Ed McMahon, and I've got money for you. Oh, yes, Ed. I'll take your call right now.
So the main message is protect your Medicare number like a credit card.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give it out.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, and that's when I saw that, I got that CMS message last week.
Don't use it as
And
a
I
form of
thought-
ID.
Yeah, think of it as a credit card. I thought that's actually a very
Yes.
strong message, and that's what formulated this today.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
We do appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank
as
you.
always.
Appreciate
Yeah.
you having me in here. So thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Ta-ta.
Good seeing you.
Okay. Let's see. We always can come up with questions because those of us on Medicare,
That one's mine.
we know we know things are going on, and I've always got questions because I never paid any attention to insurance before. My insurance when I worked for a company was always provided, and that's just the way it was. It was whatever they gave you is what it was, And luckily, the ones that I had were always pretty good.
Yeah.
I had no issues with that, and I like the insurance providers.
The thing I get a lot of the EOBs for Kathy, bless her heart, but a lot of EOBs. And if you don't sit down and really understand an EOB, they send a lot of paper that's just a waste of paper.
I get it, and there are tons of it. And I mean, I've signed up for everything to be handed to me online, supposedly.
Yeah.
Just email me the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I still get
You're still going to get it.
paper. I get reams of paper. Sometimes there's 8.5 by 11-inch envelopes that's stuffed with stuff.
Yeah.
And it takes 4 pages to get to whatever the first significant page is. And then I don't understand it. I don't understand what the codes are. I don't know what the treatments or the test or whatever they had me in there for. The doctors code in stuff.
Well, what I
They
find
just
is,
speak English.
well, what I see coming from Blue Cross Blue Shield is in the last page, it is in Japanese. It's not in Spanish now. It's in Japanese.
Oh, I can read that
Okay. Well,
just as well as I can read Spanish or English.
but when they say you have a right to appeal it,
Lord.
To be a what?
to appeal the charges
What charge?
that they're saying you owe now, you can appeal it. You're not going to win. I don't care what they say.
Appeal? Do I have to pay? I have everything says to me, this is not a bill. Do not send money.
Right.
Okay, I don't.
But
And nobody ever calls me and say I owe them money.
what I have found the problem is your provider is using the wrong codes.
Oh,
You have an
Well, my camera kept going off at my driveway. And I'm like, why does it keep going off? And on either side of the driveway are pickup trucks with like bulldozers on trailers. And I'm thinking, what are they getting ready to do? What's going on in the hood?
Did they not tell you they were removing your house?
I don't know.
One brick at a
You're
time?
probably getting new sewer pipes or a new street.
Oh, we're good there. The city keeps up very well with our neighborhood, and I'm grateful for that. You were talking about scams, and while we're sitting here talking about scams, I kind of always go through my email when I have a moment on the show in case somebody's sending us information. But I just got 36 minutes ago, I got an email from Anna Dot. Anna Dot is like, Anna Dot, you've bought tickets to go to a game or go to a concert or something like that. And you go through Anna Dot, and Anna Dot is also a service where you can say with the Republican Party, whenever we were having a fundraiser, we were having a dinner, you could buy tickets going through Anna Dot to come to that, and the money would come to us for a fee. But anyway, so I just got an email from Anna Dot 36 minutes ago, and it says, investigating processing errors. Our team is still investigating the root cause of this issue. Subscribe components affected. Payment processing, and it goes into the different ways of payment processing. Click here to see the full notice. No, thank you. And then 30 minutes ago, I got the same email again, which I'm deleting it. But, if it was a true email, and I deleted it before I told you where it was from. Let me tell you where it's from. Now, we were talking this Anna Dot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the return address on it is, let me get it. Status at notified.sorry.app.
Sorry.
Then now, does that sound like Anna Dot? No. Anyway, it could be a legit email, but I'm not clicking on anything. I just deleted the whole thing. But now all of a sudden this is popping up. So spams, scams, all sorts of stuff everywhere.
Well, I'd like to talk about a scam.
Okay, go
Go
ahead.
right ahead.
Gas prices.
Oh, you really going to get me going, aren't you?
Okay, well, I just want to say this. Before these attacks that had started to occur a week or two ago, we were not getting oil from the Strait of Hormuz.
Nope.
We were getting it from other sources. So why, just because of this, have I'm going to pick on them, the local people that own the gas stations are raising the prices so
I
much,
would like to know
other than gouging?
who outside, if you local dealers are paying more money than you were 2 weeks ago, I'd like to see the paperwork.
I'd like a phone call.
I'd like a phone call. Just tell me, show me. Just show me. I'm from Missouri at times. I'm stubborn as a mule, jackass.
I saw some prices.
I don't buy it.
Well, we have to buy the gas for as much as we need.
Well, I mean, I don't buy
I don't buy it either.
The claims, whatever they are.
I saw the prices out. I think they were out in California of $567 for 87 grade and $627 for the high grade gasoline, and then $619 for diesel.
Mm-hmm.
And someone's going to have to convince me that it's because of what's going on. And Iran saying we're not going to send any more oil. Okay,
Okay.
well, we didn't get that. We didn't get it from them anyway.
You're right. It's a scam.
It is
Trying
a
to
scam.
scam us again.
It is a scam, and I don't know why our local government is not. I don't know why the state of North Carolina is putting up with it. I don't know why the federal government is allowing it. I thought they came up when you have gouging after a hurricane, they get you.
Mhm.
They come after you. You try to charge double the price in plywood, they're
Yeah.
going to get you.
Well, yeah.
If you try to double the price in gasoline, they're going to get you. Why aren't they trying to why don't they come after you now? Because until they can show me, unless they can prove it, because they went up on the prices on Sunday, the day after the attack started.
Yes.
They went up in prices. What? How did that happen? I don't get it.
Well, as has been historical, when the price of gas goes up, it goes up real quick.
Yeah.
25 cents here, 35 cents,
Wham,
whatever.
wham.
But then when they want to start taking it down, it's 3 cents, 2 cents. It's not the rapid decrease.
$3.25 yesterday at the same place that 2 weeks ago it was $2.65, $2.63. What? Now, what does that translate to in a barrel of oil? How many gallons of gasoline are produced in a barrel of oil? Not to mention the other products like oil and diesel fuel and lubricant and whatever. How many out of a barrel of oil, how many gallons of gasoline are produced? I had that figured out one time.
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I do know that I heard that a week and a half ago or so, it was over $100 a barrel. Now it's down to 70. But
is it down to 70?
Down to 70.
Oh my!
That's
It went
what
up. It only went up.
One of our listeners commented and said the hike in gas prices has something to do with the insurance companies of the oil companies, not necessarily the oil companies themselves, because of the instability. The insurance companies of the oil companies have raised their rates, which trickles down.
Run it by me again.
The insurance companies for the oil companies.
Because they're having to pay so much more insurance to get those boats to come here. We're not using that oil.
We're not using those boats. Those ships that were destroyed yesterday's bombings, which can't remember if it's yesterday, today over there, or today, yesterday, tomorrow. But the bombings that happened to the ships over there, to my knowledge, weren't carrying oil. They were military ships.
42-gallon barrel of crude oil. That's the standard. 42-gallon barrel of crude oil. Anywhere from 19 to 20 gallons of gasolines for regular gasoline. 11 to 13 gallons of distillate fuel, most of which is sold as diesel fuel. 1 barrel of oil will give you 20 gallons of gasoline and about a dozen gallons of diesel fuel out of 1 barrel of crude oil. Now, 20 gallons at 35 plus, well, that'd be 70 cents jump. A 70 cents jump. That's a lot of jump in a barrel of crude oil. How much did crude oil jump for a barrel? Up to $100.
Up to 100.
What was it before?
I heard it went down to 70.
What was it before? 70? So is it back to where it was?
I thought it was down in the 50s when gas prices were low.
Okay.
So, but they're not going to. The local suppliers of gasoline to customers like us, they're not going to drop the prices as fast as they raise them.
No, the reason they say, because they've already paid for all the oil that they've got in the tanks, and they paid at a higher price. Here's the problem. They raised it when the prices were low for the same oil, the gasoline that they had in the tanks. They raised the prices even with the lower price gasoline. They can't justify that.
They can't justify it. They're not.
They cannot justify that.
Here's a news outlet in North Carolina, because I asked why it was gas prices are rising in North Carolina, and a news outlet in North Carolina just did a story on it. And just think of the JetBlue story that I told yesterday. Okay, gas prices in North Carolina are rising due to the conflict in Iran, which has affected oil supplies and shipping routes. The U.S. and Israeli airstrikes on Iran have led to a reduction in oil production by Kuwait and other major producers, causing global prices to rise. Additionally, geopolitical instability and disruptions to global oil supply chains are contributing to the volatility in fuel prices. Now, here we go. As a result, drivers in North Carolina are experiencing higher prices at the pump, with average prices increasing from $2.74 to $2.76 overnight.
Okay, now
2 pennies.
Uh-huh.
2
I'm
pennies.
sorry, but did you say you know who wrote that? Don't you?
This
The
was
Democratic National Committee.
this is WFMYnews2.com.
They got all their information from the DNC.
This was just one of there's other stories, but it's just the first one
Mhm.
that looked legit. But
Okay, before we get out of here, an elite counterterrorism unit has been deployed to protect Iran's newly appointed supreme leader, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khomeini. They've got a special unit out there to protect him following the assassination of his daddy, Ayatollah Ali Khomeini.
are they all Khomeinis?
They're all meanies, yes.
The one before.
Seems Iran might be a little worried that the new kid on the block might have some red beams aimed at him. Not sure I would want to be a member of that elite counterterrorism unit, having to stay close to a guy that could be the center of attention when one of our $1 million missiles comes a-calling is a death wish. Not a lot of places to hide when one of those hits nearby. It covers the area, not the target. The special group is known as NOPO. Iran's black-clad counterterrorism special force was assigned to safeguard the leader after a U.S.-Israel strike on Tehran compound last month killed the elder Khomeini. Dudes, don't throw the ball to Leroy. I'm Leroy, and I don't want that ball. Sort of like the kids' game back when I was a kid called hot potato. Remember that hot potato?
Remember
You didn't want that hot potato, right? Get rid of that thing. The black uniform guys, they look tough. I saw some pictures, complete with their AK-47 rifles and something like 30-round magazines in the pictures that I saw. I also noted nice, clean knee pads on some of the uniforms. Guessing those are in place so they can surrender when they're told to drop to their knees. I'm not feeling real good about the new supreme leader's future. I don't feel real good about him being in office very long. What I fear is that other nations are going to leave everything up to the United States, and that will include a cleanup and helping establish a new government. We've already destroyed a big chunk of the turf. From my distorted viewpoint, we have enough problems with the government we have here, not being overly critical, just making a personal observation that I'm not sure that we should be taking the lead on setting up a new regime when we can't get 535 people to agree on a budget for the most powerful nation on earth. Can you feel me now? But I do think that this new kid is going to try to fill his daddy's sand-filled sandals, and it's going to cost him his life. His attitude is already coming through. The next one up to bat will get the same treatment, unless the Iranians can just agree to understand that the free world does not trust them with nuclear weapons. You're going to have to understand, civilians, military, the government leader, we don't trust you, because you've lied to us too many times. The whole story, in a nutshell, is what I just said. Allowing a rogue nation to have such weapons will be the end of the United States and Israel. If they ever get nuclear weapons to like we've got. Oh, God. Once the Islamic element of this Iranian government, led by the supreme leader, is knocked out, there will be the big problem. Who's going to be in charge? We're not satisfied with who's there now. Are they going to vote somebody else in just like that? Probably. There are two armies that we have to deal with. Did you know that in Iran? There's the traditional army, the government's army, that protects and secures their borders. And then there's the IRGC. You see those
Excuse me.
letters a lot. That's
Mhm.
the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Ironically, this is, as the name suggests, the radical army elements. Ironically, the supreme leader commands both of these armies. He's commanding an Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and the regular army.
Mhm.
And guess what else they're doing? They've teamed up with Hezbollah. The Iranian armies are working with Hezbollah. Iran, who has claimed that no, we are not a nation of terrorists. We do not support terrorism. You're teamed up with Hezbollah. That is a known terrorist organization.
Yep.
Why should we trust you? Now, if Hezbollah, can you imagine Hezbollah working with Iran and having access to weapons of mass destruction like nuclear devices? How is that going to work out for the world? These terrorists are suicidal. They don't care. They go find a bunch of virgins when they kick the bucket. That's what they're living for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. They don't value their own lives.
Nope. And if people don't believe it, they have sleeper cells here in the United States.
Oh, they're here. They're definitely
They were
here.
talking about they intercepted some signals coming from Iran to activate all the sleeper cells in the United States, and they were able to intercept that. So
Yeah.
we're gonna it. Hopefully, I pray not, but it's just beginning as far as sleeper cells.
It's going to be
It's
it's
just
going to
beginning.
be proactive actions. And unfortunately, we look like a bad guy when we go in with our aeroplanes and our missiles and everything else, and we take out these individuals.
Mhm.
Do you have a better solution? I just ask you, if you want to talk to these people, they've tried, we've tried, everybody else has tried. I would like to see you sit down and talk with them.
Right.
We've got a friend of ours here who sat down and had a chat with one of those terrorist types of individuals. He was in Gitmo at the time. But we have a guy living here, and he's a friend of ours. He's in our government right now. And and when he was in the government in another area, he had a conversation with the guy. He said he was the right friendly guy. And then he was leaving. The guy told him through the translator, he says, you're a nice guy too, but I would kill you given the opportunity. I'm sorry. I don't want to give them the opportunity. I will help them. We should help them on their journey to the Virgin Land.
Amen.
Well, here I was just saying too that Iran is signaling now it may deploy mines to disrupt the Strait of
Yeah,
Hormuz.
Hormuz. That's what their plan is
Yes.
to stop the shipping from going through there. But that's
Now, do our naval ships have a way of detecting those?
we have
I'm sure.
we have mine sweepers that will go through. We also have satellite technology. We have electronic
so,
detection
yes.
stuff too. But they're still somewhat old school.
Right.
When it comes to that, we've advanced way beyond that. We're also using microwaves now to take down their drones, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. It messes up a lot of their comms and lots of other stuff too. And their microwave ovens will probably self-explode. Whatever.
Well,
That would be fine, wouldn't it?
everyone needs to stay
If
on
we could
alert.
create something that would just cause all the microwaves within their target range to just that we could blow houses and people cooking breakfast.
I do pray for the innocent,
Well,
that are they're suffering because of what's going on. They're innocent.
They're afraid of that revolutionary
Oh,
guard.
yes, I
They
know.
are afraid of them. They're not
Mhm.
afraid of their own army because they're just like these. They are. They're regular people.
Mhm.
But this Islamic Revolutionary Guard, they are not regular people. They're right on the edge of being terrorists. Okay, that's all they are. Now, unless we can decimate them incinerate them, that Revolutionary Guard, the Iranian people are not going to do anything. If we can melt them down to nothing, literally, and then let the Iranians take over with guidance, not from the United States, but from a core of countries that would get together not to do it, but to assist in doing it. Now, Iran is going to have to understand for the next 100 years, they're going to be under scrutiny. We're going to have to maintain some area of observing what they do in the nuclear world. They're not going to be able to just get in there and produce nuclear energy just for giggles. That we are going to have to look at them. How long has it been since the end of World War II? We still got people there watching Japan.
Yeah.
You know that?
We're
watching Germany. You know that?
I don't think
The
you'll ever
yarns.
take your eyes off the enemy.
If they were ever the enemy, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Hard for me to forget you. I can forgive you, but I will never forget it.
Amen
And by
on
God,
that.
I will get even.
Very well.
That's my motto.
Hmm.
Okay, tomorrow we've got
Tomorrow we have Captain, Colonel, anyway, the head of the Salvation Army here, Jones Onslow, Aaron Goldfarb. He will be in here along with our Commissioner, Roy Spina, who's also on the board of the Salvation Army, and they will be in here to talk about
cooking up a mess.
John's Low Eats, which is a cooking contest formerly known as Men Who Cook. And they will be in here to give us a 411 on it all.
And you've accepted the name.
They have changed the name to John's Low Eats. That's all I have to say.
Okay. She hasn't accepted it yet.
I've accepted it. I just
Don't like it.
But it's that's what they decided, so I will respect
Just call
that.
it chow time.
Well, how about cooking with a flair or something like that?
I don't think so. You're live and local. We'll talk. We're always awake, never woke, and never right. Bye now. Have a great day.